Hi, this is Andy Clockwise. Check out my in-studio performance at rick.com. Everybody's in a band, and everybody's in a band. Every guy, he's a man, and everybody's in a band. Well, alright, I know you really like him, baby, but I gotta tell you, he's in a band. And everybody takes a stand, and everybody, he's the man. And everybody understands the stuff that you do when you're in a band. Well, alright, I know you really like him, baby, with his tight jeans and his haircut, and his androgynous good looks. I gotta tell you, he's in a band, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. Alright, alright, there goes my friend Gus. He's doing some sort of like new wave electro, sort of psychedelic pop sort of thing. He's playing with Kevin Dees on a Tuesday morning to a bunch of people that he don't know. Let's go see him. And do you know my friend Ty? I hear it just got signed to EMI. Alright, does that mean I have to be nice to that dude now? Cause I never liked him. Oh no, I never liked him. Do you know my friend Davey is doing like a new wave, sort of no wave, sort of new rave, sort of 90s house sort of thing? He doesn't even play, just stands there for half an hour while you guys drink beer. He's in my favorite band, alright, alright. Do you know my friend Beyonce? I said, do you know my friend Beyonce? You know my friend Beyonce? Beyonce, I love you, baby. I know you really like him, baby, with his tight jeans and his haircut, and his androgynous good looks. I gotta tell you, he's in a band. And everybody's in a band, 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 except for me.
What's not upsetting is the fact that you're in studio with us, Andy Kelly.
How are you?
From Andy Clockwise. So at what point, because you had a career over in Australia, a lot of people say, dude, you had this career going on, why did you leave it behind?
Oh no, what an idiot. What an idiot.
I mean, you're touring, you went from sleeping on couches to touring, and then you moved over here. Why'd you do that?
I mean, you know, yeah, I was doing pretty good, and I'd done very well. I mean, Australia has been very good to me, and I was very lucky. It's just I'm one for taking risks and gambles, and one of the gambles is that I thought, you know, I came over here to the US, and I just thought in Australia I could do it how I've been doing it and that sort of thing, and I was feeling incredibly uninspired about being there, and I thought, you know, the US, actually I was meant to move to London first, so I went to London, realised it was sort of too much like where I came from, and then came to LA. I mean, there's similarities between, you know, I mean, if you think of Australia is sort of like a cross-section of the United States and England, you know what I mean? It has the foundations of England, you know, being a colony of England, and then it's got a huge influx of American culture, you know? So, I mean, I still go back to Australia and tour and these sorts of things. It's just that I don't live there. And I mean, we're living in a time now where you can pretty much live anywhere and reach the world in a lot of ways anyway, can't you, you know? Right. Besides touring, I suppose. Mm.
How come people only in Australia eat Vegemite?
I don't know.
I mean, you can't buy that here.
I don't understand this. I have one friend who eats Vegemite, and he says that he likes it, and I think he's lying to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. We grow up with it. I mean, it's so incredibly
Because
Australian.
I grew up eating peanut butter.
Yeah, so did we. But that's a global condiment. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. How come Vegemite isn't global? It never reached that global condiment status.
I think there's a fucking reason for that one. You know, it's a black, salty paste made from leftovers of beer. Like, I mean, only Australians could like it. You know?
Nothing about that explanation sounds appetizing at all.
I know. But no, you know, like, you guys don't make it properly here, you know what I mean? You got to get the toast right, you got to get the right amount here and there. You know, it's just a cultural thing. But the funniest thing is, you know, you get these very hoity-toity gourmet stores in LA, and they sell Vegemite for like a little tube for like $10 or something like that.
What's Vegemite cost in Australia?
Well, you get a year's supply for like, you know,
I think you just identified
$3, you know what I mean? And there's all these people like, I just want to go to a dinner party in LA where they're like, yeah, we're having Vegemite tonight, you know what I mean? It's like, you know.
I think you just identified a new business, Andy. We should start distributing Vegemite in the States. We can buy it cheap.
That is one definite way to lose your money.
Buy it cheap, mark up the prices, and I think there's a real hole for that here.
You think so? There's a market out here?
I think so.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Was South by Southwest the first festival that you played in the States?
Festival, yeah, I suppose
If you want to,
so.
I mean, South by Southwest.
It's more of a conference, though, isn't it? It's like
Right.
it's
I mean,
like, it's sort of
I
like
guess when you think of festival, you think of one giant field, people with no shoes on,
Yeah,
walking
yeah,
around. But South by Southwest is, you know, all those different venues. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so. It's I actually came to America the first time with another band, playing in another band for South by Southwest, and that was definitely a festival for us the first time. But this year,
personally,
well, it was definitely. We
you're talking about the
definitely had the festival spirit, all of us in the band. If you understand what I'm trying to say. But this year it was just working, and I was like, when am I going to go see some bands, man? This is ridiculous. You know what I mean? I'm at a festival. I'm meant to have my shirt off on acid somewhere, you know.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was all work. It
Yeah.
was work.
You have any barbecue when you were there?
We had you know, where they boil the crawfish with the potatoes and the corn and throw it out on the you know, on a piece
street?
of paper.
Oh.
Yeah, like crawfish. Is it a crawfish on the street? Which is where I think maybe they should have thrown. I can't eat those crawfish, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. The two beady little eyes looking at me.
Yeah. Yeah. Take those out. I don't want my food looking at me.
That's it, man.
So the band really now is just it's you. But when you play though, right, do you kind of interchange the members, or is there a set crew right now?
We're a set crew. Like we got it's me and two other people. One Stella, who's from Australia. I met her on my first national headline tour of Australia, and we hated each other. Like we really did not enjoy each other's company. And then she moved here, and we became very good friends. And she is
How come you guys
sort of
hated? Why didn't you like each other?
I mean, I was out of my mind. She was out of her mind. She was pretty young at the time. It was just one of those tours that, you know, happen in rock and roll where everybody is just out of their minds. You know what I mean? Not necessarily substances or anything like that. It was like, you know, it was just a stressful tour.
Right.
And
so what the next logical step is to form a band together.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Don't all the best have that sort of element in it?
Sure.
You know, we're looking for like a Lennon-McCartney sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, a big music manager once told me, I think this is great, every band, and this is the manager's job, every band has a kill switch basically like a destroy button.
Yeah.
And the job of the manager is to make sure that the band doesn't press that button for as long as possible.
Yeah,
Because they're going to press it eventually.
Yeah. But Stella, as a drummer, is the best female drummer you've ever seen in your life. And I'm not like just blowing smoke or anything like that. She's absolutely incredible. Just like watching John Bonham or Keith Moon, but it's a girl. It's crazy. And then Josh, the other guy, he's from Boston actually. He lives out here, and he plays bass, and he's a multi-instrumentalist guy as well. But they're like my crew, because like when I came out here, I was playing with like a laptop and an acoustic guitar that I strapped Christmas lights around, and I used to have to get attention by, you know, running into the audience and trying to grab the prettiest girl, because nobody really knew me here, and I was a fat cat in Sydney, you know, where I'm from, and you know that sort of fucks with your ego a bit. So you know what I mean. It was time to get crazy, and so it very naturally progressed. At points, like the band was like a bunch of guys who were hanging out at the bar, you know, who had an instrument in their car or whatever, would just come and play with us, and we started doing these crazy shows, and then I ended up with a band. You know what I mean? Which is good. You know?
Yeah. What do you? I mean, when you kind of look at the next year, as far like if it could play out exactly the way that you would like for it to.
Well, this is my retirement interview. You know that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all over after this.
Yeah.
Thanks for having this be your last stop.
Absolutely, man. This next year, what would I envisage for the next year?
Yeah, I mean, what would satisfy you?
Well, you know, I'm unapologetically ambitious, so satisfy me. I don't know what I could get done in the next year, but Madison Square Garden would be great. But no, I mean, I want to put out this album, this album, The Social Art, and I just want to tour as much as I can through the United States and Europe, because the United States, I haven't seen the whole of the country, and I think it's the best way to sort of do it, you know. It's all, from where I've been so far, it's incredibly interesting to me. I think the United States lives up to its reputation more than most other countries you go to. You know, it's like there's something in the water. Do
you plan on making any collaborating with anybody else, or is it just going to be the band?
Well, it's funny you say that. I'm nearly finished this duets album called War Stories. That's basically me with a bunch of guests and friends that I've met in Los Angeles since I've been here, and people who are kind of not that well known, people who are quite well known, people who have been well known at some times. But I've done this whole really schizophrenic album of just duets with people. I did a duet with Lady Tigra, who was part of the team, and recently that was a big highlight for me, because I was really into that Miami bass sort of stuff.
Are you into electronic music?
Yeah, man. I you know, a lot of the album is electronic.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's sort of half. Electronic music, to me, is I think it's sort of the natural progression. Like now, you've got classic electronic music. You know what I mean? Maybe 10 years ago, you didn't have classic electronic music where people would go, "Oh, this is a classic." I mean, most pop music is electronic if you think about it.
Well, especially now.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love any sort of music, the whole thing. You know, you want to talk about collaborating or anything like that. I just non-stop am wanting to produce anything, you know what I mean, work with anybody, do this here, do that there, you know what I mean. I do my albums and I do my shows as Andy Clockwise, but a lot of different things sort of happen for me, because I work with a lot of people and play with a lot of people and all these sorts of things, and I think that's the best way to do it, actually, for somebody like me at the moment, you know.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
And next time you come, we'll make sure we have Vegemite for you here.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. That's hospitality.